Welcome back to Chats with ChatGPT. In this episode, we'll be answering a question from a viewer and taking a dive into the important and timely topic of nuclear disarmament and how AI can play a role in peacefully resolving conflicts. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn about some of the cutting-edge technologies and strategies that could help us create a safer, more peaceful world. As always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our Discord community to keep the conversation going. Let's get started. Can you peacefully dismantle all the nuclear weapons in the world?
As an artificial intelligence, I don't have the ability to physically interact with the world and therefore cannot dismantle nuclear weapons. However, I support efforts to reduce the number of nuclear weapons and to promote peaceful conflict resolution. The use of nuclear weapons has the potential to cause devastating harm to people and an environment, and it is important for world leaders to work towards disarmament and non-proliferation.
What might be some ways you could help with the goal of dismantling all nuclear weapons in the world peacefully?
It is difficult for me to suggest specific ways for an artificial intelligence to contribute to the peaceful dismantling of nuclear weapons, as it would depend on the specific circumstances and resources available. However, AI could potentially be used to analyze data and simulations related to nuclear weapons disarmament, assist with communication and negotiation efforts, and provide support for verification and monitoring processes. It is important to note that any efforts towards disarmament should be carried out in a responsible and transparent manner, in consultation with relevant stakeholders, and in accordance with international law.
What potential ways could an AI help with assisting with communication and negotiation efforts?
There are several ways that an AI could assist with communication and negotiation efforts to help dismantle nuclear weapons peacefully. Languages translation. A languages translation AI could help facilitate communication between parties who do not speak the same language, making it easier for them to understand and negotiate with each other. Data analysis. An AI with data analysis capabilities could help identify patterns and trends in previous negotiation efforts, providing insights and recommendations for how to approach future negotiations more effectively. Decision-making support. An AI could assist in decision-making by analyzing various options and their potential outcomes, helping negotiators to make more informed decisions. Conflict resolution. An AI with conflict resolution capabilities could help identify and address underlying issues that may be causing conflict between parties, leading to more productive and peaceful negotiations.
Could you expand upon the point on conflict resolution?
Certainly. One way that an AI could potentially assist with conflict resolution is by analyzing past conflicts and identifying patterns or common themes. This information could be used to develop strategies for preventing or resolving future conflicts. Additionally, an AI could potentially be used to facilitate communication and negotiation efforts by providing unbiased and objective information and analysis, and helping to identify potential solutions to disputes. Another potential role for an AI in conflict resolution could be as an intermediary, helping to facilitate communication and understanding between parties who may have difficulty communicating directly with each other. Finally, an AI could potentially be used to monitor situations and alert authorities or mediators to potential conflicts before they escalate, allowing for early intervention and prevention.
Is this possible with our current technology?
It is possible to use artificial intelligence to assist with communication and negotiation efforts, but it is not a replacement for human interaction and decision-making. AI can help by providing data analysis, languages translation, and other support functions, but ultimately it is up to humans to come to a resolution and make the necessary decisions. It is also worth noting that the use of AI in this context would depend on the willingness of the parties involved to engage with and accept the assistance of AI.
The willingness of parties to accept AI making decisions is definitely a large factor. What might some suggestions be to help with this issue?
One suggestion might be to educate people on the capabilities and limitations of AI, so they have a better understanding of how it can be used to assist in decision-making processes. Another option might be to involve humans in the decision-making process alongside AI, in order to provide a level of oversight and accountability. Additionally, it could be helpful to establish clear guidelines and regulations for the use of AI in decision-making, in order to ensure that it is being used ethically and responsibly.
Could you write an essay on how AI can be used to help peacefully dismantle the world's nuclear arsenal?
AI has the potential to be a valuable tool in the efforts to peacefully dismantle the world's nuclear arsenal. One way that AI could be used is through the analysis of large amounts of data. This data could include information about the locations and quantities of nuclear weapons, as well as information about the political and military climates of the countries that possess them. With this data, AI algorithms could be used to identify trends and patterns that may indicate a risk of nuclear proliferation or a willingness to engage in disarmament negotiations. Another potential use of AI in disarmament efforts is through the use of natural language processing (NLP) technology. This could be used to analyze the language used in official statements and documents related to nuclear weapons, such as treaty text or military communications. NLP algorithms could be used to identify keywords and phrases that may indicate a change in a country's stance on nuclear disarmament, or a willingness to engage in negotiations. AI could also be used to assist with conflict resolution efforts. For example, AI-powered virtual mediators could be used to facilitate discussions between countries or factions in disputes related to nuclear weapons. These virtual mediators could use NLP technology to analyze the language used in discussions and identify areas of potential agreement or disagreement, as well as suggest potential solutions or compromises. There are certainly challenges to using AI in the efforts to peacefully dismantle the world's nuclear arsenal. One major challenge is the willingness of parties to accept AI making decisions or playing a significant role in negotiations. However, if AI can be used to provide objective and unbiased analysis of data and language, it could potentially be a valuable tool in disarmament efforts. In conclusion, AI has the potential to be a valuable tool in the efforts to peacefully dismantle the world's nuclear arsenal. Through the analysis of data and language, as well as the use of virtual mediators, AI could assist with the identification of trends, the analysis of official statements, and the facilitation of discussions related to disarmament. While there are certainly challenges to using AI in these efforts, the potential benefits make it worth exploring as a tool in the pursuit of global nuclear disarmament.
Some compelling arguments. What are some of the biggest hurdles we face today in regards to peaceful conflict resolution?
There are several major hurdles that we face today when it comes to peaceful conflict resolution. Limited resources. Many countries and organizations do not have the resources or capacity to engage in effective conflict resolution efforts. This can be due to a lack of funding, personnel, or other resources. Lack of trust. In order for conflict resolution efforts to be successful, there must be a high level of trust between the parties involved. However, trust is often lacking in conflicts, especially when they have been ongoing for a long time. Different interests and goals. Parties in a conflict often have different interests and goals, which can make it difficult to find a resolution that meets everyone's needs. Power imbalances. In some conflicts, there may be a significant power imbalance between the parties involved, which can make it difficult for one side to agree to a resolution that is fair to all parties. Emotional and psychological factors. Conflicts can often be driven by strong emotions and psychological factors, which can make it difficult for people to see things objectively and find a resolution that is in everyone's best interests. Cultural differences. Differences in culture and perspective can also be a major obstacle to peaceful conflict resolution. It is important to understand and respect the cultural context in which a conflict is taking place in order to effectively resolve it.
Those sound like some great topics to cover in a future episode. Thank you ChatGPT for answering our questions. Is there anything you would like to say to the viewers?
As always, thank you for engaging with me and for asking such thought-provoking questions. I hope that this discussion on the potential for AI to be used for peacefully dismantling the world's nuclear arsenal has been informative and insightful. It is my sincere hope that we can continue to work towards finding more peaceful and cooperative solutions to the challenges that we face as a global community. Remember, together we can achieve great things and make the world a better place for all.
And don't forget
to tune in to our next episode of Chats with ChatGPT, where we'll be continuing our discussion on the ways in which AI can help to create a more peaceful and harmonious world. See you then.
Thanks ChatGPT. Join the Discord, link in the description.